Hello, this is another video in a series on regression analysis incorporating a metric predictor variable and a binary predictor variable. In the previous video we did a parallel lines regression on this data that I've collected a few months ago on apartment rents related to size of the apartment, both in hundreds, and we had two locations, the binary variable. Uh, what we had was west and south side apartments, so this binary indicator variable is coded 1 when it's a west side apartment and 0 when it's not. Now in this video I want to show you how we can take this scatter plot or create a new scatter plot and add the parallel lines regression equations into the plot. So what I'm going to do is take this data that I've already split out, the size and rent data, and okay, so I'm copying it, and under my parallel lines regression output I'll paste it, and then I want to add another column right after rent here and create a column of fitted values for the south side apartments, and do the same thing for the west side apartments. Okay, actually let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, so I have my regression output over here and I want to get the fitted values. I could use this equation for here, right here for south, but to avoid any rounding errors I'm going to grab the coefficients from this regression output right here, which you can see has a lot more accuracy than these rounded values in the equation itself. So what I do here is type a formula. I say equal the intercept plus the slope for size times the value for size, and that's it, because it's south side apartment, so we don't add the change, the intercept shift here. Now I want to copy this formula down, but before I do I have to lock in my cell references for C17 and C18. So when I copy, I'll keep on grabbing these two cells. So click on the formula up here in the function bar and click next to a C in C17, hit the F4 key, dollar signs appear around it. Click next to the C in C18, dollar signs appear after you hit F4. Now I can double click the lower right corner and the fitted values are correct. Okay, do the same thing for west. I think what I'll do is just copy this formula over, paste it right there, but I have to modify the formula by adding the coefficient for the shift. So I click in the formula plus and then grab the coefficient for the west variable. Okay, and then click again in the formula, click next to the C and C19, hit the F4 key, dollar signs appear, the cell is locked into place. Now I have my fitted values. Okay, I'm ready to make my fitted line plots. Parallel line, parallel line fitted lines plot. Highlight these X, Y, and Y hat values. Go to Insert, Scatter. Okay, let's cut this out of here and paste it off to the side so I have a little more space. Let's do that right there. And then you can see I have the blue. The blue represents the south side actual values of X and Y, size and rent, and these red squares represent the fitted values, which form a straight line because we were fitting the data with a straight line. Let's clean this up a little bit. Click on the grid lines once, delete. Let's rescale the y-axis, right click, format. Let's go from 4 to 14 by increments of 2. Under number, no decimal places. X-axis, right click, format. Let's go from 3 to 20 by increments of 3. Under number, let's get rid of the decimal places. Let's add a boundary on the inside plot area. Let's get rid of the outside plot area, boundary anyway. And now I should add the other scatter of points. Right click anywhere on the graph, select data, go to series 1 first, edit, let's call that south. Series 2, let's call that south fits, I'll abbreviate south. And then let's add a new series. Let's call this west. Series X values, click on that icon, grab the size for west, click on the Y values, grab the rent values for the Y, press OK, and let's add another series. Let's call this west fits. And then again the same X as before, so same size, but the Y's are now the Y hats. Okay, so this graph needs a little bit more cleaning up, I think. Let's stretch out. So we have a square shape. Let's add axis labels. Click on the graph once, layout. This is size in hundreds of square feet. And the Y is rent in hundreds of dollars. And I want to clean up my graph to make it look a little bit better. The diamonds are, the triangles are the west side apartments, so I right clicked on it once. Let's make them, let's say no fill, marker line color solid, black outline. Okay, and then the blue points, right click on those, format data series, marker options, built-in circle, marker fill solid, let's make it darkish gray, marker line solid black. Okay, we're almost there. And now I see there's several groups of points. The fitted lines are almost overlapping. This is west side, right click, format data series, marker options, none, line color, solid. Let's make a grayish line style. Let's make it thinner. Press OK. And then for the red diamonds, red squares, format data series, marker options, none, line color, solid. Let's make that solid black, line style. Let's make it thinner. Okay, so I think we have our graph is done, and what I see here is that the dark line is a little bit lower on average than the gray line, so the south side line is a little bit lower on average by $34.30 given any given size. So there's almost no difference between west and south here, it looks like. And in fact, statistically, we saw that the p-value wasn't small enough to be convinced there's a difference. Okay, so that is the parallel lines, fitted lines graph.